Hello and welcome to the inaugural, the first ever episode 1 of the OK podcast powered by the Strength Co. I'm your host, Grant Broggi. We are coming to you live from the beautiful upstate of South Carolina. Here in the room, we have who we like to call PJ, producer Jordy. Jordy, you want to say hello to everybody?
Hello, everyone. I was wondering what PJ was in the Slack channel. I guess that's me.
Well, now you know. So Jordy's the behind the scenes guy. Jordy's going to keep us on track, make sure we're headed in the right direction. And we call him a producer because if you've watched any of the stuff we've put out this year, which we've done a lot of things in 2023, which we'll cover, Jordy's the guy that makes what I'm saying seem and sound interesting. So for those who get the reference, he'll kind of be the Snerdly of the OK podcast. So let's talk a little bit about this, that name, and where we're headed or the direction of this thing. We started doing some video, short form and long form on YouTube, which we'll talk about here in a minute. And a lot of people say, hey, Grant, when are you going to do a podcast? When are you going to do a podcast? When are you going to do a podcast? And I say, that's exactly what I want. Another thing to commit to. But I got a couple buddies that are going to jump on as co-host here about 30 minutes into the show. And we'll introduce them then. And they kind of pushed me, said, hey, let's all do it together. So the scope of this podcast, the first 30 to 40 minutes of every episode, we're going to kind of talk weightlifting stuff. We're going to talk about things that we've posted over the last week, comments that we get on those videos, questions that we get via email, and just kind of training tips or things that we see along the way. I'm also going to talk a good bit about my training. It seems that the viewers and the listeners really relate to a super mediocre lifter. So I'm going to talk about the things that I learn each week as I continue to get under the barbell. And hopefully you find that as useful information. And then when the guys get on, we will talk more about other things on top of lifting. They're both lifters. They're both Marines that I served with. They're outdoorsmen. They're college football fans. So I imagine we'll get in a broad variety of topics. But as we record this episode, it is January 2nd in the year of our Lord 2024. Bitcoin is currently at 46,000. Are we under 46? Are we still at 46?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Yeah, we want you to know that when we tell you what day it is, it's true, and you can always fact check this.
Ooh.
Are we buying the dip?
45,262.
Okay, 45,262 for episode 1. That's the current price of Bitcoin. Not that it's relevant, but we'll keep that in there for you. But since it is January 2nd, we thought that we would give you a little year in review of things that happened here at the Strength Co. And I say here at the Strength Co. The Strength Co. is it's kind of worldwide actually now. So when I say here, I just mean as the company. Stuff that's happened. So let's think back, Jordy, January. So Jordy and I started kind of working together, October of 22?
Yes.
Yeah. So he was lifting with me and picking my brain. We got him through some hurdles and some humps. He's stronger than he's ever been now. And I knew that he did this sort of thing for a living. And so I said, hey, I want to jump on YouTube. And yeah, the rest is kind of history as far as that goes.
The rest is history.
Yeah. So October last year, we started. If you look back, those videos, not that they're great now, but they're definitely a lot better now. I was filming at my house in California. My tripod was like 12 feet tall. I was in a deer stand looking down at myself. Jordy helped me through that in the early weeks. And then in 2023, we kind of really hit the ground running. In terms of videos, we strive for 3 days a week. Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday. Sometimes it's 2, but it's always been at least 2. And that's long form content. We obviously do a lot of shorts, reels, that kind of stuff. But Jordy, what's like, how many subscribers are we at? Like, what's kind of the highlight reel?
Yeah, the Strength Co 2023 recap. Here we go. So total number of subscribers. Do you know off the top of your head?
I think it's like 18,284.
Ooh. Well, it's 18,292. So
pretty close.
We just got 8 more subscribers since you checked.
That's good.
Going up. Total number of views for 2023. 2.7 million.
Wow.
That's not bad. Number of uploads is 323. That is serious. Number of likes is 150,000 and 27.5 thousand extremely intelligent, well thought out comments.
Yes, every single one. At first I thought I'd answer every single one. And I understand why people make fun of YouTube commenters now.
Comments.
That's right. The haters.
So what do you think the top videos of 2023 were?
Well, I know the Next Generation of American Iron video, but we put ads to that. And it's on the homepage. Yeah.
So that is first, but that kind of doesn't count.
Yeah, it doesn't count.
Second one.
I'm going to guess it's something coaching related.
Oof. Wrong again. It is what is the starting strength novice progression?
Oh,
the old school video you put out.
Yeah,
I guess years ago.
Yeah, that. Oh, like the one shot in my gym.
Yeah, that
white background.
That's still pumping. It's the gift.
And I made that title card myself.
I mean, whatever you did,
it worked.
It worked. All right. What's the third place? Bronze medal.
Let's see. How to get jacked.
That's it.
That's it.
Our boy Placido.
Yeah, my cousin. People always wonder how I have a Puerto Rican cousin. I have a Puerto Rican cousin because my aunt married a Puerto Rican. It's not that complicated. He trains with Professor John Danaher, the professor, BJJ Fanatics.
I didn't know he trained with him.
Well, he's the Uki.
Well, his coach is a legend.
Yeah. Oh, he's like in all the videos as like the crash dummy. So like whenever he wouldn't like me saying that, but whenever I post him, people are like, that's Placido from BJJ Fanatics.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. So he trains with him. They were just like in Sig Sauer getting like a full tour. He usually drives him around. He's always in like some nice BMW. But yeah, if you haven't seen the How to Get Jacked video, that was a fun one. You know, we often talk about young men should eat a lot of food, lift a lot of weights, and get jacked. But when they do that, you probably put on belly fat. So then you have to cut it down. And Placido did everything I told him. So if you watch that, you'll see him turn into a El Guapo for a little while. And then, man, he cut it down. I think he had 60 pounds of body weight.
It was a lot.
Yeah, like 170 to like 235, maybe 65, and then cut it down. It's in the video. But yeah, everyone wants to know how to get jacked, Jordy.
I mean, that's what we all want.
That's the answer.
And I can confirm Grant tried to get me to drink Fairlife right before this recording. So
that's true.
He's the man of his word.
I don't want you to be at victim weight anymore.
Oh man, victim weight. Okay, that'll be the next stat: Bitcoin price and Jordy's current weight.
What we really need is the subscriber number to pass the price of Bitcoin without a dip.
Ooh, that would be good.
Yeah, that'd be good.
We'll talk about the great subscriber scam of 2023.
Oh yeah, let's just cover that real quick, and then we'll move off of YouTube. But so one day the phone starts vibing, and that's not Gen Z terms. That just means like actually vibrating in my pocket. And subscriber rates were just through the moon, just going up. And we went from about 12,500 somewhere in there. We weren't much over 10,000 at the time. This is probably 3, maybe 4 months ago. And we shot all the way up to 20,000. I think 22.
No, I think it was like 26,000.
Yeah, 20. Yeah, over 20. And we made a post, 20,000 subscribers. Thank you, blah, blah. And I'm like, finally, we hit the algorithm. It's happening. And it did happen. And then all of a sudden it just started going down. It was volatile.
Yeah, it was super volatile. And if you look at the view charts and the analytics of YouTube, like a bunch of videos, like 30 videos, just had this hockey stick sort of vertical line straight up. And I'm like, that looks unnatural and strange, but we're just going to go with it. And then unfortunately it crashed back down, I think to around 17,000, but we're up.
Yeah, we're up. Yeah. So we started noticing comments that were all the same, like nice vid, period. And so we got attacked by bots, but we're not
Chinese bots. Yeah, us over the moon. But
Chinese bots.
But that's all right. It was still a net gain. What's the next video?
So we're gonna do top 5. So 3 is how to get jacked. See, we got to account for time. If you were gonna ask me the best video last month, I'd probably say it's like Rip Cam.
Well, time is actually the hint.
Oh,
you have 3 seconds.
I don't know.
Okay. It's workout shouldn't take long.
Oh yeah. Which was random because I was in California. That's the 1 hour workout.
Yes.
Yeah. And so I'm in California and I told you I'm going to record 2 to 3 times a week, no matter what. So I have my camera. I'm going to work out one Sunday before church. I'm like not doing anything spectacular. I think I was like squatting 405 for a set of 5, pressing, full sweat, camera angle weird, and just quick. Hey, if you're in a bind for time, you got to train anyway, which is what I believe. I think people probably enjoyed that I was working hard, breathing hard, and got out of there in an hour. And that one's really surprised me. I was like, oh, this will tank, but we're on the consistency train.
Right.
But
it's like
actually,
workouts. You never know when you're going to have a good workout.
That's true.
People just want to get jacked and they don't want it to take long. So,
right.
And the final one, number 5, you'll like this one. A little bit of a controversial post.
Controversial post.
Well, I don't know if it's controversial.
Was it like, is Ripito wrong or about something?
No, it was who needs bumpers?
Oh yeah. Who needs bumpers? Yeah. That's a nice segue video. So number 5, who needs bumpers? But before we leave YouTube, all in all, it's been a good year. We've learned a lot. We've gotten a little bit better. We've done some vlogs. We've done more things, and looking to expand that in 2024, along with the addition of this podcast. Bumpers, we're jumping ahead a little bit, but in October, September of this year, we launched our bumper line. So the reason that video is funny is because I said, who needs bumpers? And I just made the argument that a lot of people buy bumpers because they think they need bumpers because they're in their garage. They think that bumpers somehow like magically protect their floor, whereas cast iron just ruins your foundation. They think that it's some type of magical thing. And my argument was, hey, it's actually not that much more quiet. You can get some rubber stall mats, and now you can deadlift, in your garage and not worry about your concrete floor. And I even said in there, who needs bumpers? It's new lifters that are too weak to deadlift 135 because a 45 cast iron plate is a standard size for a deadlift. And so bumpers come in smaller sizes. We make 10s and 25. So if you're trying to get your mom or your grandmother to deadlift and they can't deadlift a cast iron plate off the floor, well, then guess what? They can use some bumpers. And I said that in the video. And I also said, if you are power cleaning, bumpers can be great because if you miss a power clean, it is going to come crashing down. And so, obviously it's rubber and it bounces. And I'll still say this, and I want you to buy bumpers, but I think what most people should have is a set that is supports their current strength levels. And usually the deadlift's going to be their highest lift. So like probably a 265 pound set for most people. And then supplemented with a pair of 45s, 25s, and 10s. That'll allow you, if you're training someone, to have a lighter deadlift option. That'll allow you to power clean if you want to. And even with just 45s, 25s, and 10s, takes you to 205. If you have a cast iron set, you can then augment your power cleans with cast iron 10s and 5s. So, it's, I stand by the video.
Yeah, and you missed the main reason why you need bumpers, which is that if you load up bumpers, you look stronger on Instagram.
Yeah, you look cooler. Although I would say the Strengco cast iron plates are so great that you look cooler with those.
Okay, yeah, I got it. So that's YouTube 2023. Big things happening, and we're gonna just
keep it going.
Go straight to the moon.
Keep it going. Let's see. So January, YouTube hard through February. The gym out in Costa Mesa is still alive and well. We did a couple camps out there, like 20-man camps. Teaching people how to squat, press, and deadlift. If you're in Southern California, we have another one there on January the 20th. There'll be 5 starting strength coaches out there. So I think we're at 18 folks right now. So there's 2 more spots. We actually do cap it because we want that 4 lifter to coach ratio. So you can check that out. We started last year like that. We're starting this year out like that again. And then of course, rolling into March, the Arnold Sports Festival. The Arnold Sports Festival, we sponsored last year. We're also sponsors again here in 2024. And so it was our second year there at the Arnold. We had a bigger booth, more space. So we needed more signage. We had like a pretty cool overhead deal, big American flag coming down the center. And man, I thought the first year was good, but year 2 was even better. And one of our co-hosts was there, so maybe we'll talk about it a little bit when he gets on here. Jordy couldn't make that one. We did go live. You can go back and see that deadlift competition. We had the Greek Gorilla. We had TD Smash. We had Julius Oliveras, or not Julius Oliveras, King Julius. I'm getting him mixed up with the other guy. Anyway, you know who you are. Irregular Strength on Instagram. We had Shane Hunt, a lot of different guys there. And it's just like watching freaks in nature, 700, 800 pound deadlifts. What did Shane do? 800 for 5?
It was something, didn't he hit? I thought he hit like 9.
It might've been 900 for 5.
It was something stupid.
Yeah, it was something crazy. Which is back to, again, why we're going to talk a little bit about my training, probably Jordy's training in the first segment of this podcast, because it's something you can relate to. You know, it's nothing cooler than seeing Russell Orhe squat 765 for a triple, you know, at a body weight of 198 or whatever he is. And I'm not saying that it's not possible for you, but I'm 99% sure that it's not possible for you. And so I think, you know, seeing relatable training that makes sense, real goals, is a cool thing. So Arnold went well. We had Gino, the powerlifting MC, come over and MC our deadlift party. Sold a lot of merch. We gave away 5,000 shirts. We're probably going to double that number this year. So we get all made in USA tees, various colors. You line up, come and get a t-shirt. People love that. We've actually been in a couple Arnold Sports ads, just because I think we had when we gave away those shirts, I think we had the longest lines of the whole festival. I mean, outside of like people probably lined up to see Eddie Hall and Thor and stuff like that. But yeah, so the Arnold went well. And the day after the Arnold, I flew back to California. My wife and I left the very next day and moved to where we are now in the upstate of South Carolina in Greenville. So there was a lot of logistics going on. And so me personally, the rest of the year was, you know, getting ourselves situated, you know, leaving the gym there running. We moved some warehousing stuff around. So there was a lot going on. Got here, we opened up a small little studio gym instead of a rock climbing gym here in Greenville. It's small. It's 3 power racks and a deadlift platform. Has our whole equipment line from bumpers to cast iron.
It has a drink spotter light too.
It has a drink spotter light. It does have a cafe in there.
That's actually a great thing.
Yeah. I mean,
good smoothies too.
Yeah. I mean, we'll probably talk about how I'm carnivore later.
I was going to bring that up.
Yeah. I mean, I'm 48 hours carnivore, so I'm basically Sean Baker.
You look the same.
Yeah. But I will say day 2, I went in there today and I was a little sluggish. And, while in California, we have that cold brew on tap, which is pretty nice, but, I was able to go over and get a double shot of espresso. So we got a spot up in there. We do some starting strength camps in there. We've been doing 1 a quarter. They've been all selling out. I do some private coaching in there. That's where I train right now. So if you watch my training videos, that's where we're at. So we built out that gym, which was a lot of fun, fun to do. And we teach a Thursday night class in there. Abigail, who's our intern out here in South Carolina, teaches a Thursday kind of like intro to barbells for rock climbers. And so it's been fun to kind of take, you know, we had like such a niche market in California as a starting strength affiliate gym of people looking for an exact thing. And so it's been interesting to just get people in that are just there to rock climb. They hear there's some type of class and then saying, hey, it turns out if you're stronger, you'll be a better rock climber. And of course, everyone's afraid that they're going to get fat.
Too bulky.
And I don't know that we've converted the 300 people that do rock climbing there every day into lifting, but I feel like we've had a little bit of an impact, but not enough because there's still people putting plates on the plate trees backwards.
Yeah.
It's rough. Yeah, it's rough. But a good spot there. And then let's see, moving on into the fall, we did another camp here in Greenville. What else happened later this year?
Besides me moving here.
Oh, right. Talk about that.
Oh yeah. So I'm just for those of you who don't know, I moved here this year as well, from Miami, Florida.
I don't know why you'd leave, Bitcoin capital of the world.
It really is. No, I left Miami, Florida, had a little bit of a job change, didn't need to be in Miami anymore. I was like, where should I move? And obviously I chose Greenville, South Carolina because it's
the Mecca.
It's the Mecca. So basically the greatest city in the US. So
G Vegas,
as we call it. So I moved to Greenville, which is a great change. I like the South a lot better. I'm closer to family, so it's been great. We work out at the same gym.
Yeah, trained together today.
We did, and it's been great.
Yeah, so that's been good, and that's allowed us to do a few more things camera wise. I mean, right now he's here in studio. We've shot videos at the gym, some Sam Sulik style vlogs. We've done a bunch of different stuff. So it's been cool to have him here, and it just makes this process a lot easier. Although I will say he is a freelance video editor. So if you're looking for that kind of work, he was in Miami when we started and it worked just fine. Now I just can borrow his camera sometimes. So yeah,
give me a call.
That's it. That's right. It's even better. And then we went to Wisconsin. That's right. So we, believe it or not, I try to keep our plate prices as economical and affordable as I can all year long. And we were dealing with some pricing increases. There's multiple stages to making a cast iron plate. It just doesn't poof out of thin air like a 500-pound deadlift. You got to work on it. And so the castings, obviously, since we started in 2020, have gone up. Machining was going up. E-code, everything's gone up. We haven't changed our prices because we've done some things to get more efficient. We've got smarter on shipping. We have the lowest shipping rates in terms of plates for people that charge shipping. But if they're not charging shipping, they're just baking it in. But long story short, we made some investments into some new tools so that we could use robots. And so that was a fun trip out there. Once we did the trial run, we did some tests, then we did our first run. We went out there and saw 45s, 25s, I think, and 2.5s on that run, running all robotic. So it was an upfront cost and investment, but they call it like a lights out machine. When people are going home, boom, turn on the Strength Co plate and machine away. So we were up there for that, and it's always good to just get FaceTime with the good people of Wisconsin. And did we drink? Not drink. Did we eat anything crazy?
Not really.
Yeah, we didn't even have a
Wisconsin
curd
to eat crazy stuff.
Yeah, we didn't even have a curd.
Cheese curds are good though.
We did almost get shot.
That's a different story, but
yeah, we did almost get shot. But yeah, we'll save that for some other time. Yeah, and then going into the winter. We forgot CT Fletcher sometime in between Wisconsin and Christmas.
Man,
yeah. So CT Fletcher reached out, wants to do some pig iron. Pig iron, if you don't know, is 1-inch standard plates. It's called standard plates. It's confusing because a lot of companies to this day, their plates will say things like standard Olympic barbell, which is almost, it doesn't make any sense. Standard means 1-inch, Olympic means 2-inch. So standard Olympic, I'm not sure what they're going after, but that's what people say. But standard is 1-inch, and took me 30 minutes on the phone with CT to figure out that's what he was talking about. I thought he was talking about like ore, like in Age of Empires, like oring up stuff. That was a little nerd reference so that people think I'm cool. Yeah, but 1-inch pig iron. And I'm not going to say it's not going to happen, but I'm not going to tell you there's a release date. We are currently in the process of seeing if we can make a pro style dumbbell with that equipment line. And if we can make that happen, and we're doing some prototypes now, I think that there's a spot for that for people that want nice high-end dumbbells, 1-inch knurled handles, and, like 5s up to 120s.
So you can blast arms.
So you can blast arms and command things to grow. But we went out to CT Fletcher, saw his gym, saw his house. Those are two pretty cool videos. If you're like me and you followed him for a long time, it was really cool to be out there and do that with him and kind of hear his vision for pig iron. And so, we're still, like I said, we're still exploring that. I hope, we can make that happen. But believe it or not, in 2024, things cost money. And, so there has to be some real demand. It's funny because we'll get into December with the starting strength seminar, but I was out there at a starting strength seminar and I see all these coaches and, people that follow our YouTube channel that were there. And they just think like the strength co's like a Titan industry. Like we can make anything. Like, hey, why don't you make this? Why don't you make that? I'm like, I literally just made like plates and bars. Yeah, but you used to have a power rack. You can do anything. So yeah, Titans of industry. there. Let's see here.
We went to see CT Fletcher 2 days before I moved.
That's right. Yeah, you flew out to California.
I packed up my whole apartment, flew to California, flew back, and met movers.
Yeah.
And moved my life from Miami to Greenville, South Carolina.
That was wild. And I told you didn't have to. And you were like,
miss CT Fletcher, legend. I've been watching him since I was 14.
Yeah. And then Connor tore his bicep.
Oh.
So that was fun. And he tore his bicep, and then he gets in the truck. And
he made the lift.
He made the lift. Yeah. It was still his set.
It was still his set. He did it.
He did do it. And he made the lift. And yeah. And then he got in the truck. I said, I can't wait to see the content you make for your bicep rehab. And so he's been working that hard. He's healing just fine. So December, we go out and visit Ripito and crew at the seminar. To be a coach, you have to go out there once every 2 years. I used to teach those a lot, but then when I got back in the Marine Reserves, the dates didn't always align. So I hadn't done it in a while, so I needed to go and just be a auditor. And it was a lot of fun, not worrying about coaching, being able to receive information. You know, I've probably been to, including teaching those things, some maybe over 20, but somewhere between 15 and 20. And every time I go, I learn something new every single time. So it was fun to go out there and do that. And then we also got to just like screw around in Wichita Falls. We did a little tour of the world's littlest skyscraper. Rip's band was playing at their Christmas concert, which is underrated. My expectations were about in line with Whataburger, and it was more like Burger King. It was pretty good. So yeah, we got to see that, observe that, and yeah, I think that kind of rounds out the year. We came back. Try any other major strength coach stuff that we're missing here?
Well, you did a camp.
Yeah, we did the camp the week after we came back. Which those are always fun. And that's always funny for YouTube, because it's like, I don't think that those are going to do well watching me teach someone how to deadlift 165.
But they did.
But they do. How did those do?
Well, one got 15,000 views and the other one got 5,600.
Wow. Okay. Wait, one got 16,000. Which one?
Coaching the deadlift.
Oh, wow. Yeah. So it's interesting to see what works. I mean, it makes sense. People are looking for how to lift, but sometimes we post videos of coaching how to lift and they're just like mediocre. And sometimes they're great. But again, it's back to Shane Hunt 900x6 is awesome, but not relatable. Watching a 55-year-old guy struggle to put his lumbar and extension to, execute a proper deadlift is relatable, and people like what's relatable. So
I'm going to put that in my Instagram bio. Relatably strong.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Not too strong.
No, relatably
strong. Not that strong, but strong enough. But yeah, so that's kind of the year in review. It went really fast. We both moved, which I think sped things up. My wife moved across the country. She's born and raised in Southern California. We get to South Carolina. We have California plates. Everyone gives you the side eye. They think it's like they don't want to serve you at first. And then, I tell them I'm from this state, and, you got to build some street cred back. But it's been good to be back in the South. So let's talk about, as we wait for these guys, a little bit about, carnivore. I am going carnivore.
Yeah. Why are you going carnivore?
Yeah. So, man, that's a good question 2 days in. No, I'm going carnivore. One, I follow a lot of folks that do it. I've always found it interesting that, you could only eat meat, eggs, poultry, and seafood and be able to lift weights and survive. Sean Baker, definitely an inspiration to me on that. Peter Attia, follow a lot of his stuff. And then there's a lot of health benefits, reducing inflammation, all that kind of stuff. And I always like to kind of do something a little bit, I don't want to say crazy, but a little bit different at the beginning of the year. In our gyms and with our online clients, we always do a January challenge. And all it is, hey, lift three times a week and walk 10,000 steps a day. It's exactly what I want everyone to do 52 weeks a year, but very few people do. So we incentivize it with money. And if you do it, you get a gift card and you get to join in. And so usually in January, the very first thing I do is fast. I'll do like a 3 to 5 day fast. If you're interested in fasting, we have a couple videos on there, some blog posts as well that do pretty well. And so I did do a short fast, just like a 36-hour headed into the new year. And then I'm going carnivore. I feel like as a strength coach, you have to be able to answer people's questions. And so I just always say, hey, proteins and carbohydrates fuel you in the gym. And that's true. But obviously people are really strong doing the carnivore diet. And so I said, why not? And so I threw it as a challenge out to a lot of our members. And even, what do you say now? Do you say tweet?
I think you say post.
Post. So I didn't tweet it on X.
You posted.
I posted. X is cooler than Twitter. The name.
mean, it is cooler. I still kind of call it Twitter here and there.
Yeah, me too. So I posted about it on X, and Jordy and I were talking about today in my workout, which I'll be 100% honest, I was dragging in there as I went in, and we were talking about that, and I said there's 19 people that signed up to do this challenge. And to be very clear, the challenge is for 14 days, you have to go true carnivore. And then if you want to transfer it into some type of like keto or add in some dairy or something like that, after the 14 days you can, but in order for it to count for 14 days, nothing but meat, poultry, seafood, eggs, no alcohol. And so it's funny because we're 2 days in, and that Slack channel on our Slack. So we have a Slack thing where members come in, you can be a member for $29. You can get access to our programming. You get access to, coaches. It's a community. We have about 170 people right now. And that channel over the last 48 hours has far surpassed every other one. Pictures of food, eggs, steak, venison. Am I allowed to eat this? Is this seasoning okay? What about this? What about that? Yeah. So people are really into it. And Jordy was pretty shocked at that 19 people signed up. He said, what'd you say? 5?
Yeah, I would have guessed like 5 or something like that. But yeah, nearly 20 people is to sign up for that torture is impressive.
Yeah. And a couple people that we've done like fasting challenges before, and they've said, I feel like fasting's easier. And at first, and again, I feel like I can't even talk about this being 48 hours into it. But at first yesterday, I'm like, this is way easier than fasting. Like I can pound a steak. I can cook up 6 eggs. And now I'm like, man, it's kind of easier just to be like, yeah, I'm not going to eat
cold turkey.
Yeah. Cold turkey. Just, I'm done eating. So I'm going to go 28 days on January 28th. I got Marine Drill. We have St. Barbara's Day, which is a big celebration for the patron saint of artillery. And so that'll be a festival and a celebration. So 28 days, 4 weeks is what I'm doing, hardcore. And I'm interested in the results. I'm interested in, I guess I should touch on that too. I moved back to the South, and every other second someone's putting pork ribs, fried chicken, grits with cheese, all this food in front of you. And, when you're in your routine and you're training in the same place and you're cooking in the same place, you can get in a routine. And I usually eat kind of Stan Efferding's vertical diet style. But moving was crazy. And then we traveled a ton this year. And I just kind of went slowly from about 210, 212, which I'd been for about 2 years, up to around 223, 225, a little bit flabby. Are we going to get this out by Friday? Maybe. Odds are good. See what happens. Odds are good. So if this is out tomorrow on January the 3rd, we have a video covering this in detail. And I even take my shirt off to show you my belly fat that I'm trying to get rid of. So that was a first.
Well, you're still about 50 pounds underweight, according to Mark Rippon.
Yeah, I should be 272. But so I want to lean out, and then I want to see how things go in the weight room. I'm expecting it to be rough the first 10 days or so in the weight room.
Relatably strong.
Yeah. You know what? I'm not quite relatable enough. I'm a little too strong.
You're too strong. The numbers are too high.
So I want to train hard,
yes,
but not have results.
It's for the people.
It's for the people. Yeah. I'm the people's lifter. So that's why I'm doing carnivore, and we'll see. We'll show you the whole thing. I'll give you my honest opinion if I think it's if it's worth it and if it's something you could do or should do. It is fun though, just like the discipline of a challenge. I mean, it's why I think I liked fasting, is because you realize how great you have it in America, everything at your fingertips, anything you could possibly want at any time that you want it.
Home Team Barbecue's right down the road.
Home Team Barbecue, potential sponsor of the OK podcast. The wings. What's your like top 3 dishes over there?
Well, top 2 are the pulled pork barbecue. I'm gonna put those in both.
I mean, to be clear, I didn't pay him to say that because pulled pork barbecue is better than anything Texas puts out, but it's just a fact.
Well, does Texas even have barbecue?
I mean, last I checked, South Carolina was making barbecue and Texas was Mexico.
I think that's a fact.
Yeah,
that is only facts on the OK podcast.
Yeah, only fact.
I mean, I grew up saying barbecue, meaning pulled pork.
Me too. And then you go to California.
Yeah.
And people say, do you want to come over for barbecue?
What does that mean?
They have a grill. They're grilling.
Like hot dogs?
They're like grilling hot dogs and hamburgers, and they're calling it a barbecue.
No, that's fake. Barbecue is pulled pork. So the first 2 are barbecue, and the third slot is...
Wait, so it's pulled pork?
Yeah, because it's so good.
Oh, so okay. That's fair.
And
I like
number
that.
3 is the smoked wings.
Smoked wings. Okay, yeah. I think the pulled pork is up there. It's very good. Everything there is good. That is one thing that's interesting about this for a barbecue place is most of the time they're really good at one thing and they'll serve you other things, but everything there is good. Their burgers good. Their collards are good. Their tacos are good. Those carnitas tacos are the bomb. But the smoked wings, if one person was going, even with my live or die around the pulled pork barbecue, and they were going to Home Team, I would say get those wings.
Yeah, because that's really something unique to them.
Really unique. And their pulled pork is above average. But those smoked wings, some would say they changed the game.
Many people would say that. And I would put the pulled pork above, maybe tied, but maybe above Smithfield's.
Oh, way above Smithfield's, actually.
Above.
Yeah. So Jordy's from North Carolina. Barbecue style is a little bit different. You're originally from Greenville or Greensboro? Greenville.
So all I do is live in city's named Greenville. It's Greenville.
Do you know who's from Greenville?
Mr. Beast.
Mr. Beast. Yeah. It's Greenville, not Ville.
It's Greenville.
Put rocks in your mouth. Greenville. Somewhere as you come down south, actually, I guess as you go east, the Villes switch to Vols.
Yeah.
Louisville.
Or like there's Fayetteville.
Yeah, Fayetteville. Yeah, it's like less syllables. But no, I think Smithfield's is remarkably good considering that it is fast food barbecue.
Yes.
But it's not like, you're not driving out of your way to it. But interesting thing about Home Team is what's the Barstool Sports guy? Not Mitzi.
Okay.
Mitzi, I think he was Ole Miss or Alabama. He actually got fired for saying something on air. And then when Portnoy buys Barstool Sports back, he hires him maybe before that for like a watch company, but just a like classic Mississippi redneck.
Yeah.
And I don't think he wasn't at this one. He was either in Columbia or Charleston.
At Home Team?
At Home Team. And he reviews the wings and he's like, oh my goodness, these wings, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it's a good video.
Okay.
Yeah. Worth looking up.
I didn't know Mitzi. I just know Light Switch Lou. Used to work with him.
Oh, Light Switch Lou.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going to get the Barstool crowd really going here.
Oh, he's wild. He's a legend.
Yeah. So, but I think you just heard all that food talk, and that was just one restaurant. I think what's the stat? Greenville has more restaurants per capita.
Yeah, more restaurants per capita than I think any city in the United States. And
that seems insane to me.
I think there's 100 restaurants downtown.
Wow, it's a lot of food, and I found
Carnivore.
I found most of it. And that's the takeaway, or maybe a useful tip is, you kind of almost can't eat out healthy. You can try, but you just don't know what they're going to do. I mean, you could say, hey, I'm going to get the salmon and asparagus dish. And then the salmon comes out with like 4 pounds of butter on it. Don't get me wrong. I got nothing against butter. It's good. It's actually, I can now eat butter on the carnivore diet.
You can eat a whole stick of
I
butter.
can eat a whole, I might tonight, actually.
Satiation.
Yeah. I can't have ice cream, but I can have butter. Yeah, so the diet just went off the rails. I like kind of a course correction, go hardcore. So carnivore for the month and then level things out. And hoping to have a good year of training. Last year, I never miss. I always go, even if I do one lift, if I spend an hour, I always do something. Doing something's always better than nothing. And so I really, really never miss 3 sessions a week ever. But there's also like really productive, good sessions. And I showed up to the gym and did something. And sometimes when you think you have really good productive, you still have I show up to the gym and did something. But I had a lot of I showed up to the gym and did something.
Sometimes you get a viral YouTube video out of it.
Sometimes you get a viral YouTube video out of it because you're lifting at 6 a.m. in California before church, So God works in mysterious ways, doesn't he?
This is true.
Yeah, it's true. So, but I'm hoping to dial my training in. I was actually signed up for a meet in October.
I didn't know this.
Yeah, I was going to do it with my dad. And I'm trying to get my dad to set the state squat record. It's for his age. So
what's the record?
He's born in 56. So he's 68. So for his age class, I think it's 345.
What's his squat record?
I believe it's 320.
So
it's feasible.
It's in the cards.
Oh, it's in the cards. Yeah. And he works real hard, but when I told him he could set a record, he kind of got pumped up. And so you could definitely turn up the dial on him.
350.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's 350 or it's maybe he needs to get 355 or, whatever it is in kilos. But yeah, so I was signed up for that meet and then I hurt my shoulder. And that was a rough 8 weeks. I got to the point where I thought maybe I should go get an MRI, get surgery. Called my buddy, Paul Horn. And he gave me some ideas, started taking some cosamine D, which is just like a glycosamine on steroids, started warming up my shoulders more, ended up removing the low bar back squat, started squatting with the Mars bar, which made the internet angry. How can you be a starting strength coach and use a Mars bar? You don't even know how to squat and you coach this. But again, I'm relatable. I have an injury now. So people understand. And so I was going to do that meet anyway. I was just going to Mars bar it all the way up to the meet. And then it's only 3 attempts.
Just YOLO it.
And my Marine drill schedule changed. It was like the fiscal year. They swapped some drills out. And so I didn't do it. And needless to say, my dad didn't do it either. So I gotta look. I gotta get on USPA or USAPL or I don't know. There's some of them and do it. Oh. And our guests we got one in the waiting room now. Our guest, our co-host, look at me. I'm such a jerk. We got one in the room now and the other one will be here shortly. But we left out the Lift Hard, Live Easy Classic, Massonomics in July, Western, Northeast, South Dakota. We sponsor that podcast. We have for a couple of years now, I think we're over 2 years as sponsors. I've been on it a few times. Good friends of mine over there, really like those guys. And so we went out there, Ron from the gym, Connor, myself, and my wife, and had a great time, set up a booth, had some sweet Lift Hard, Live Easy, MAGA-esque hats that did really well.
You saw Brock the Rock?
Saw Brock the Rock. We had made a whole YouTube video on it. We ate at Taco John's. We did all the stuff. And it was a really good time. And we ended up having an extra day in Aberdeen, and we were a little worried we were going to get bored. And then I think it was Tommy just said, you just got to relax. And so we went to the movie theater. We went to Storyland or Adventure Land. I can't remember what it was called, but still have some of those hats, by the way. DM me on Instagram if you want one of those hats, collector's item. But yeah, so that was part of it. I forgot where I was going with that. Maybe I lift there. It's sold out for 2024. I think it's the 3rd weekend in July. I think it's sold out in like 2 hours or something crazy. But I feel like I may know someone there so that if I wanted to get in, I could, you know a guy. Yeah, I might know a guy. So we'll see. But yeah, I need to get a comp in the books this year. Other things heading into 2024. Let's see. What do we got coming up? We got the event here at the gym in January.
You're going to deadlift 585.
585, man. Get that monkey off your back. Like they used to tell Dale Earnhardt, get that monkey off your back.
Legend.
Yeah, he is a legend. Also, RIP to Cale Yarborough, legend, one of the greatest stock car racers of all time, just passed this past weekend from my grandmother's hometown, who also passed this past week. That was interesting. They're about 3 years apart. And I want to say their parents were first cousins or something like that. I'm somehow related to Cale Yarborough. So if this podcast doesn't work out, if cast iron dips and we can't survive it, if everyone stops going to gyms, stock car racing, that's next. Yeah. Do you know how to make a small fortune in racing?
Start with a large fortune.
You start with a big one. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you start with a big one.
I've got a cousin who was big in the boat racing industry.
Oh, like speedboats?
Yeah, speedboats. Those guys are crazy too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Fun fact.
Yeah. Does he still do it?
No, but he runs the company like Fountain Power Boats that makes the boats.
Is it like fishing boats or just like inboard?
Like barely in the water.
Oh,
skimming across the top.
Is this in North Carolina?
Yes.
Wow.
There's actually a big boat show in Miami they'd go to.
Did you see him? Were you there for that?
Oh,
okay. Yeah. Really cool. Yeah. So yeah, I think 2024 is going to be great.
It's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
I'm going to be 210 pounds.
I don't know why you're not 200. Let's start with the baby goal.
Yeah. I'm going to put it on the record now. I'm like 182 right now. So we'll see. We'll track it.
I mean, I offered you glasses of milk before we came on air.
You just feel a little rude drinking another man's Fairlife.
I can't even drink it right now. I'm carnivore. It's going to go back. Actually, Fairlife, what's the shelf life on that? Like 6 weeks?
That seems high.
I think it's something long.
That seems high.
I think it's long. I'm going to look it up real quick.
That's right. You can't even drink it.
Yeah, I can't.
You can't afford not to give it to me.
Yeah, it's almost girl math. I mean, I can't. Fairlife shelf life. Let's see here. 9 months.
No way.
I said 6 weeks. It's 9 months.
But if you open it, it's over, right?
Does Fairlife expire after opening? Okay, fair. Its shelf life is the same as regular milk, but I still think that's wrong. I've definitely had month-old Fairlife.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
And you survived it?
Yeah, for sure.
Well, Fairlife never makes it a month in my fridge.
Yeah, so I'll go on spurts where I'm like, you know what? I need to gain a bunch of weight.
Yeah.
And I'll go buy like 3 milks and then I drink like 2 glasses. I'm like, I don't need all this milk. Yeah, 585. Yeah, that's the elusive number for me. So the relatable deadlifter, I think 575 is my PR. And just 585, I've missed it probably 5 or 6 times. Usually it's my fault. I'm supposed to like pull 570, 565. I think I've doubled. And I'm just like, let's do it. And it's never moved.
That's 6 plates aside. So that's big.
That's all it's about.
It's all it's about.
I don't care about the number. Everyone's like, are you going for 600? I'm like, no, I'm going for 585, another strength co 45. That's it. I did it with a 35, which was cool.
Yeah.
But not as cool.
No, it's not.
Yeah, not as cool. So 585, that's the lifting goal. Yeah.
I'm not even at 500 yet, so I'm even more.
You're 450, right?
Yeah.
At CT Fletcher's gym.
CT Fletcher's gym.
On deadlift bar.
On a deadlift
Asterisks.
bar.
Asterisks.
Non-deadlift bar is 440 though.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So that's not bad.
Yeah. When did you pull that?
At the camp that we traveled to in Georgia.
Camp. Oh, Alpharetta. Yeah, we forgot. See, we're just like a rambling man. I forgot about that. That's right. We did 1,000 pounds in an hour.
Yeah, it's on YouTube.
That video did good.
It did. Because I'm relatively strong.
Yeah, you're relatively strong. Who's this little Asian guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, I gave it away before they saw you on camera.
Ooh, don't tell the secrets.
Yeah, don't tell anything else.
That's actually, if you look at me, you can't tell. I'm half Japanese, so you look at me and I just kind of look vaguely foreign.
I can tell.
But you wouldn't know right away because like I could be Hawaiian.
Yeah, you could be, or Samoan.
Yeah.
But you'd be bigger.
Samoan,
you'd be gigantic. Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be The Rock.
Well, that's segment 1 of the OK podcast. And you probably want to know why it's called that. And so I'm going to bring on our two co-hosts. Actually, yeah, here they're both here. We'll bring these guys on and see what they do. And we're doing it live. We send them some microphones. We'll see where they're at. Okay, you're here. There's Jeff. Okay, Jeff, you can sound. Can you speak? He's still working on his microphone.
How do I sound?
You sound good.
Man, I've been waiting in that lobby longer than
Oh, you got a good Texas.
I got nothing. I don't know.
I think you got to say.
You're about Texas?
You got to say one word when you first come on.
Okay.
So there's the name of the podcast. So and these guys have names. I've so far I've said Marines that I served with or still serve with. But we got Tres Gottlich. If you're the third in Texas, they call you Tres. And we have Big Jeff Buege. It's actually Biggie, like Smalls. But Trey, why don't you just give like a 45-second where you were raised, all the important information.
Designed and raised in Texas.
Country
from born and raised Dallas, Texas. Compelled to be more specific, right by Grapevine. Graduated from there, went to A&M.
Ooh, gig 'em.
Yeah, gig 'em. Thanks and gig 'em. Marine Corps, post A&M. Met y'all there at Semper Fidelis.
Hoorah.
Artillery. Don't like walking. That's why I did artillery.
That's right. If you can't truck it.
If you can't truck it, go ahead.
Just get a 7-ton.
Let's get a 7-ton. That's how that's.
You can't drive away from the next truck.
Yeah, use the other one.
Was it PCS? What year was that? 2016. Moved back to Tejas. 2016.
Yeah,
moved back to Tejas. Got married. Now reside in Dallas, man.
All right. I got a good Dallas story. I'll just tell it now before Jeff goes. So
go ahead.
Diana got me boots for Christmas, and so she gets me these boots, and they look nice, and I'm like, cool, Lucchesi's. Like, these are really nice boots.
Wait, what?
Lucchesi. And so I get the boots, and that's when I sent you guys a little photo with the boot bands because they wouldn't fit under my left-wing liberal jeans. And so I strapped them down, and I went and I ran into my brother-in-law, and we go down. He's like, man, nice boots, man. And I was like, yeah, they're Lucchesi's. And he's like, what? I'm like, they're Lucchesi's. He's like, Lucchesi's? And I'm like, right. Yeah, that. He goes,
yeah,
that's what all the rich boys from Dallas wear. I thought that was the greatest line, and I just used it for like 3 days. When people are like, nice boots. I'm like, oh, that's what the rich boys from Dallas wear.
He's not wrong.
Yeah.
That oil money.
I don't know any.
Yeah, the Dick Cheney money.
Oh, that oil money. A couple of oil men up from Dallas.
Jeff, how about you? What's your quick synopsis? I mean, you're a man of many talents.
Yeah. Sure. Quick intro. So designed in California, and then grew up in Georgia.
So you're basically an iPhone.
Yeah, I'm an iPhone essentially. Yeah, I'm an iPhone. So grew up just outside Atlanta, Georgia. Started undergrad at Auburn University, War Damn Eagle, and then finished up at Go Tigers, War Eagles. We'll figure it out one day.
All the mascots.
That's right. That's right.
Because he has a collie for his, and that makes sense.
Yeah, gig 'em. It's a very blue collar dog.
Yeah, gig 'em. Anyway, continue.
And then finished up undergrad up in Boston at Emerson College, a really tiny, very liberal art school.
Was way ahead of its liberal time. Than it was artistic.
Oh my gosh, yeah, definitely. Wow. And then,
have you ever heard of Emerson?
No, but it's nice to meet you guys.
Oh yeah,
on the podcast.
PJ.
PJ.
Yeah, PJ. I just call him JP.
PJ coming in.
Coming in hot. Yeah, nice guys. But what was the question?
Have you heard of Emerson College?
I have not.
Yeah. See, he's tuned out. His mind's on producing.
I too went to a liberal college. Liberal.
Which one?
Butler University in Indianapolis, Indiana.
They're a great basketball team.
Great.
That's right.
I was there in their run, and then down from there.
What a time to be alive.
Wow. Were you on the team?
Also in Miami when crypto went on a run.
Wow.
And all downhill from there.
So Greenville's about to hit it big.
Yeah, that's right.
Hey. Oh, yeah.
So
follows this guy around.
you graduated from your liberals and your arts.
Yep. And then back to Atlanta for a couple of years. Finally got into OCS.
Remember when it was hard to get into OCS?
It was difficult. They were like,
really difficult.
oh, you're a white male that wants to go back to duty. They're like, you ever
Get
thought
in.
about aviation? And I was like, no, I don't want to fly. They're like, well, do you want to? No.
What year was the surge when they were just letting everybody in?
Surge is 08.
Oh wait,
That's when I got my contract.
Oh, right. Because you contracted early while at A&M.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why you end up
Dude, you're
such
smart.
Oh, dude, scraping the bottom of the barrel. They're like, you can breathe? Yeah, you're in.
That's how I thought it was going to be. Like there's a war
It's-
going on in
yeah.
Afghanistan. Raise my hand. And they're like, okay.
We
So
don't,
in a mail?
we don't need you.
Yeah, that was the military. I was like, they just want people to volunteer, and they're like, yeah, you pass the test, you can run. Like, okay, you're in, but no. So then, yeah, commissioned. What was that? January 31st, 2012, alongside
Yeah.
Mr. Grant over here, and then yeah, artillery. Did my time there 511 and went over 3-1. And then headquarters battery 11th Marine Regiment. And then just went down the road to 1st Anglico for the last 4 years of active duty. So it was a good time.
Just a quick 2
No.
deployments. No big deal.
There are 3. Oh, at Anglico.
Two Anglico, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, 2 at Anglico.
Okay. Well, good. Well, welcome to the
Okay.
podcast. I'm your host, Grant Broggi. These are the co-hosts, Jeff and Trey. And over the course of the next few weeks, hopefully you'll understand why we call it okay. But for a while, it'll just be weird. So no plan survives first contact. You all know that. But so to catch you guys up, we've been
Who said that?
Hawthorne.
Oh, that was Grant.
Oh,
Nathaniel
I
Hawthorne?
thought you just made that up.
I thought it was Mike Tyson. No,
He
it's
did say something similar, like something about getting punched in the face, right? Like,
basically a Marine.
yeah. He'd been a great Marine.
So we've been running here for about 45 minutes, maybe a little bit longer. And the idea was we're going to talk reps and sets early on, and you guys come on each week. We'll kind of transition. And so it's January 2nd, which means that there's 2 big bowl games yesterday. And to see if anyone that likes lifting also likes college football.
Amen.
Yeah.
Hang on. I got to interrupt.
Okay.
I got to do some fact checking. So the original person who said that no plan survives
First contact. MacArthur.
I just did a quick Google. Helmuth von Moltke.
Oh, he was in 511.
Yeah. He was the assistant opso.
Yeah, that's right. He was in the 3 shop. Yeah.
Oh, I don't
No,
know.
he's Belgium. Von Moltke.
Von Moltke.
Von Moltke.
German general.
German.
Honestly, PJ, you could have said any name right there. I've been like, yeah, that sounds right.
I'm like, dang, that's
Actually.
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay. Wow.
he's a wise guy.
Okay, Von Moltke, no plan, survives first contact. But I'll lead it off and say, did you guys see that the Florida State football players try to roast Alabama as the game ended on X?
No.
All these players started tweeting like, this is what happens when it's given, not earned. Like, see, blah, blah, and just like roasting Alabama. And I'm like, you lost.
I was about to say, this is post-loss.
You got annihilated.
Steamrolled. What was it, 63-3?
It was like,
Was it all the people who opted out?
No. Yeah, I mean, maybe. It could have been transfer portals. I'll send you guys the link.
Yeah.
But yeah. So the first game, Michigan, Bama, thoughts?
Dude, I thought it was a really good game.
Great
That's
game.
Yeah, great game.
phenomenal game. I thought it was the Jalen Milroe show on Alabama. Because like whenever they made a good play, it was like Jalen Milroe making a play. But then when Michigan made a play, it was like the team just looked good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
I felt like Michigan was going to win the whole game. I actually did, but then I'm like, they're playing Nick Saban.
Yeah.
So something weird will probably happen here at the end. But it didn't. I mean,
was it third quarter when they were like going on a run?
Yeah.
And I thought, I'm like, they're about to pull away. So
center couldn't snap the ball. That was, I think if those like bad snaps don't happen, I think they score that drive and it's a different game. Cause when they had to, cause they were running the ball kind of almost getting huge like gains constantly on the ground. And then when they got to that situation where they had to throw every down basically to try to like get that score, you could tell like, oh, they're not equipped for this. Like, oh, they need the play action to be there to set up the pass.
Right.
Did you see how the center kept looking at other people like it was somebody else's fault?
Why'd you give me that popcorn with all the butter on it right before the snap?
That's what happened.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And then the second game, almost more aggravating because I have a guy that lifts with me. His name's Craig, lives in Washington. I didn't know they made real West Coast fans, but I mean, he's like a real West Coast fan. Like this dude, This guy like will abandon his family when college game day's in town and, you know, be drinking bourbon at 4 a.m. to go to game day. And so of course he was in Vegas. Did you guys know they moved it out of New Orleans, the Sugar Bowl?
Wait, what?
No, it was in New Orleans.
It was in New Orleans?
Yeah.
Why is it called Caesars?
What is it called? What?
Stadiums? Did I make this up? It's like Caesars. Jordy,
I don't know. What's the casino in?
Aren't there casinos in New Orleans? Yeah.
I don't know if there's a Caesars, but
Caesars Superdome is in
New Orleans. Okay, I got thrown off because I was like, "Is this Vegas?"
The Pac-12 championship moved to Vegas
because that's what I want to watch.
Yeah. Well, never again.
Not again. Yeah. No more.
Think of the past.
Granted. Anyway, so he was there. So I was like, I got to watch the game, you know, and so I can talk to him about it. And then I was getting like, I mean, 47.8% of Americans are on the Eastern time zone.
Correct.
Yep. And we start a football game at 8:45 p.m.
Didn't understand that. I was like, oh, this game is going to be going late and I'm in mountain time zone. And I was like, I got to turn this off at the half. I got a podcast to do tomorrow.
Not me and Trey.
Yeah, I was sweating it. I was sweating bullets. I was the second biggest Husky fans after Craig.
Yeah, Craig is the bigger one, but I bet you were a close second.
Oh, dude, last night I was.
I kept like waiting. I'm like, just put him away. Like, just put him away. And they had so many opportunities, and then the running back gets injured. And so, because they would have been able to run down the clock, what, like 12 seconds or something?
Yeah, down to pretty much all the way to the end. Yeah.
Yeah, that was wild. And the stars at night were almost big and bright.
Not bright enough.
Not bright enough.
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
Right, well, go Huskies.
There's your Huskies potential sponsor. Washington Huskies.
Oh yeah. We're trying the university or like just the dog in general.
The dog.
The dog.
It's a lot easier to get that sponsorship.
Yeah. Maybe we'll sponsor the university.
There we go.
Only if they become national championships.
Yeah. We don't just sponsor anyone.
They got to win the Natty.
Yeah. You got to earn it.
Yeah. Not like Florida, not like Alabama. They're just giving it. You got to earn it.
I almost threw, what was it, third or fourth quarter, and the Huskies ran. Jeff was asleep at this time, but
definitely.
The Huskies ran like a double toss, like flea flicker, and it like got blown up. And I like, what are we doing? I'm like, just throw the ball.
Look,
it's worked all game.
Saying we when he's playing. Wait, what are we doing?
I'm on the
Trey. It's Emerson. But what are we doing?
What are we doing?
Who did Emerson play?
They don't have a football team.
Quidditch. Who they play Quidditch?
You played it.
Yeah, no, they have a very good Quidditch, or they did at the time when I was there. They had a good
Quidditch team.
Is that like the Star Wars game with all like the quads?
Yep. Nailed it.
Yeah. No, it's what's Quidditch, Jordy?
Harry Potter.
Witchcraft, guys. I'm Southern Baptist.
Yeah, no go.
See what those Methodists get to watch over there.
Southern Baptist was one of the Hogwarts houses, I think.
Yeah.
Really?
No.
A Hogwarts and Lord of the Rings.
It's Slytherin, Gryffindor, Southern Baptist. Yeah.
Yes.
He's just shaking his head at me in disgust.
Which Harry Potter house would be a Southern Baptist?
Hufflepuff.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, but
Yeah.
I don't know anything about. I just know the names.
Hufflepuff. Because the Southern Baptist preacher's huffing and puffing up behind.
That's right.
There it is. Yep.
Yeah.
You found the connection.
There it is. There it is. Any exciting outdoor things happening in Utah, Jeff?
A lot of inversion. So there's a lot of the air is very smoggy, and the air quality is terrible lately. Yeah, it's great.
Like just all the industry or what?
Yeah, and it says like we're a valley, and then the cold air like sits over top and like just basically creates this like system where all the pollution gets trapped kind of below the cold weather or like the cold air. So it's pretty gross in the winters.
Like a good place to like build your baby's immune system.
Yeah. No, and that's actually we were like, yeah, I think this is our last year here in Salt Lake City. So that was kind of the thing that came out of that. We were both like, yeah, I'm kind of tired of this. It's been particularly bad this year because we haven't had a lot of like snow or just precipitation down in like the Salt Lake Valley. So it's been hanging around a lot more, whereas not as much the first 2 years we were here.
Any idea where you should move, PJ?
South Carolina.
That's right. God's country. God's country for sure. What about in Tejas?
What, as far as the weather, outdoor stuff?
I just mean, like, I don't know. What's
We're gonna have some good weather talk.
Yeah, weather talk.
Well, I mean, you got to get a weather update.
That's been pretty good. I went fishing, threw some red rattle traps on.
Okay.
What's
the red rattle trap?
Yeah, what's that?
I'm sorry, it's real fishing. It's not fly fishing.
Sorry, we're
REEL? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, REEL. Real fishing.
Yeah.
No, it was
Like, are you in a boat?
No, just fishing offshore.
Oh, and you're using rattlers?
Yeah.
Like a snake?
Want to elaborate, or just me and Jeff? Stupid.
No, I just like y'all just imagine what you think it is. It just looks like a fish with like treble hooks on it. You know what I'm talking about? And it rattles.
But there's like
as it goes through.
there's stuff inside. Yeah.
Okay, I got it.
Yeah.
And it's red.
Yeah. So it's because fish love red in the winter. Don't know why.
Interesting.
Bass do.
What's better, fly fishing or real fishing?
Real fishing. In my opinion.
Jeff's an expert fly fisherman over here.
I've also never been fly
big
fishing,
expert.
so.
I've also never been fly fishing.
Well.
Yeah, I'm gonna go on my third excursion.
Nice. Hell yeah.
I came in here the other day and I was gonna get my rod to like go to the park and practice, and the cat has like made mincemeat of it. I mean, it's fine, but it's like, luckily I didn't hook on it.
Oh yeah. Oh, that could
That could have been bad.
And
Caught your cat.
yeah, I would have caught my cat. Yeah.
I call it a catfish.
Well, Diana's
Big
been
in these parts.
catfish. Diana's been having a rough adjustment. It was 28 degrees this morning.
Woo. That's chilly.
That's nice.
Hey, that's why I took you to Boston 2 years ago.
There you go. Good cold weather training.
Put a jacket on.
Yeah, put a jacket on. Like, get some gloves. Scarf it up.
Potential sponsor. Patagonia.
Patagonia.
Oh yeah. Okay, I thought it's scarves.
That'd be a good one.
That'd be good.
Trey, you still getting your fives back?
Get my fives back.
Oh yeah, I got a
I
knee
don't know.
update.
Yeah. They said it's fine. They said, what is it? What did I say? Jumper's knee?
Yeah.
What I told you?
Like tendonitis.
Yeah. Tendonitis. So,
The Taylor.
but yeah, then talk to Dr. Jeff. Give me some exercise to do.
You call him DJ?
Yeah, DJ.
Not to be confused with PJ.
No, do not confuse them.
This Dr. Jeff.
But
Like,
dude.
Jeff Biggie.
yeah, Jeff Biggie.
Oh, Dr. Jeff. Got it.
But side note, completely different. Knee's fine. Getting fives back. Routine's good. Yeah.
That means squatting for those
Get
that don't know.
fives back.
Fives back.
Staring at it all day.
All day. Stare at it. Okay.
Dude, went to a first hockey game.
Oh,
Sunday.
Oh
nice.
yeah. Stars game?
Yeah. And scoring 9 goals is normal, right? That's a normal.
That's normal. We don't even do that in Quidditch. They won.
Who'd they play?
Won.
Chicago.
Put 9 up on the Blackhawks?
It was 8-1. But yeah.
9 total. Okay.
9 total.
Wow. Nice. Did you love it?
Dude, it was incredibly entertaining. Loved it.
Were you on the glass?
We were like first deck, like all the way back.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
So it was good seats.
Yeah.
Like right behind the goal. So
Go watch the puck develop.
yeah, I don't know what that means, but it looked good developing, to tell you what.
Just gotta say stuff like crossing the blue line.
Hit him.
Yeah. Hit him.
Knuckle puck.
Yeah.
How far is that from your house?
Half hour.
Oh, season tickets, potential sponsor, Dallas Stars.
Ooh-wee.
But I would definitely, I would go back for sure.
The Cowboys.
It's so fun in person. Hockey's so great in person.
Oh, dude. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, it's good on TV too. Yeah.
No.
We have a minor league team right here. Another plug for Jeff.
Oh, nice.
It's like it's walkable. It's a
What's your team name?
aisle. The Greenville Swamp Rabbits.
Oh, that's a good name.
Actually,
I went to
I'm
three
pull up
games
that logo.
last year. Oh, it's a rabbit with a hockey stick.
I could have guessed that.
Kind of like a red rattler. It's red.
Yeah. It rattles.
Red rattle trap.
That could be a big selling point for the Mrs. Buege. She's a big hockey fan.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, she was pumped for that. With the Winter Classic, she recorded that and watched it.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot about that. I went to that last year.
Oh, nice.
Dude, it's not just a rabbit holding a hockey stick. The hockey stick's a carrot.
Yeah.
Oh.
I forgot that part.
Creative, man.
Helmet.
We're gonna find out who their logo designer is.
Who did that logo? Let's just make this a Swamp Rabbits podcast.
I mean, kind of. It's already becoming one.
Yeah.
PJ says he can do it with the right. Yeah, he's in there. Do you remember any of your potential segments there, Jeff?
I had some things I was like, oh, this could be neat. This could be good.
Yeah, you guys be
so
organized.
question, is it just me, or like, do you find yourself getting like choked up during movies like way easier? Or am I just like going through like, I don't know, an estrogen boost or something? Like any sports movie where there's like a kind of like heartfelt moment, or like a teammate does something for another teammate, I'm like,
okay. So on our flight to California, I watched Remember the Titans.
oh, I could not watch that movie right now.
I teared up. And I was like, why am I crying? I've seen this movie like 10 times. So we must be on the same estrogen booster.
It's that smog in Utah.
I don't know. Something in the air.
Who were you watching?
We went to go see Boys in the Boat.
Oh,
Is
yeah.
that good?
Yeah, it's a good book.
It was good. Yeah. Did not get good reviews, but I was like, oh, I enjoyed it. It was good. It was good. Not a lot of character development, but like they're just like, you like think about, I was like thinking about it, like, man, like at the time this must have meant like so much to like these people, because they're like coming out of the Depression, like they go and like beat the Nazis at the Olympics, and this like starts as a junior varsity like crew out of Washington, who's like not one of the crew powerhouses in like the US, and like I was just like, oh, I'm so glad this theater is darker now.
Dude, I'm just amped up. Listen to that.
Yeah, I'm really.
Jeff explained it. I'm like,
it was good.
DJ's literally
I'm
crying.
just in tears.
So if you
But
want,
then
go ahead.
and then another funny note was like, I've also noticed now they like start sprinkling in commercials like during the movie previews. And I was like, I don't really appreciate this, but I did really appreciate.
Cameras out of the locker room.
Well, oh yeah. Well, so we were, I think, the youngest people at this movie, like by 20 years. Everyone was like, there were people, you could hear people's like, they were like visually impaired. So they had the thing that like describes what's going on.
Sure.
You could like hear those around like the theater. Everyone was just like 65 plus. and they played this one commercial. It was like a
Viagra.
It's like an Allstate. yeah. And they were like, "Hey, really, that stuff works."
Text 6969. I'll tell you. Okay, continue.
Potential sponsor. Yeah.
But so they played that commercial. If you've seen it, it's like it starts with like the guy like trying to put the TV in the back of his van, and like the lady pulls up and they're like, not gonna fit.
Yeah.
Not gonna fit. And like goes up, but then it like goes the end where like the car drives into the garage with the canoe on top and it fits, and the lady's like, well played. Well played.
Well done.
The guy to our left's like, that's a good commercial. I was like, whoa. This guy loved that commercial.
Capture his 65-year-old man laugh and just play it as a sound effect once in a while.
This guy loved it.
Oh man. Well, if you
really
want
good.
another movie that got terrible reviews, but that Grant really likes, it's called Finest Kind. And it's about Massachusetts fishermen. It's on Apple TV. And there's like 7 plot lines. But like one is like where they're running Puerto Rican drugs. One's an Irish mobster. One's an Italian mobster. And then it's like a father and a son fighting and like a fishing boat's last excursion. And I was like, there may be 7 plot lines, but I like all these plot lines. It was like 7 little miniature movies. Yeah. Finest Kind.
Is it a comedy?
No, definitely.
Yeah.
Tommy Lee Jones.
It's a sci-fi comedy.
Tommy Lee.
Wasn't he? Wait, was it
Sci-fi comedy?
Yeah, Grant's favorite genre.
Isn't Lord of the Rings technically a sci-fi? No, Star Wars is a sci-fi comedy. Hey, play that song again. Han shot first. Deep take.
Did he?
Ooh,
Yeah, for sure.
controversy.
Yeah. Deep take. Yeah. Well, what else we got, guys? What's the New Year's resolutions?
Oh gosh. Oh, got a potential guest appearance.
The cat.
Come here.
Cat on screen.
Come here. I'm gonna pick you up, big boy.
Which one is this?
Oh, this is Mickey. Oh, all right, he's being a little shy.
Oh.
Okay.
Get out of here, Mickey.
PJ, the
He
cat.
left.
Yeah, the cat's been sprawled out on the floor. So
Classic.
yeah, I'm glad you guys don't have resolutions, because if you have resolutions, you have a life problem.
Wow.
There you go.
That's
Wow.
Grant said that.
Be here next year.
Yeah, that's right. You guys know I'm going carnivore
Ooh,
Like,
all right.
for the
since
month.
when?
Well, up until St. Babs, since yesterday. So I'm 2 days in.
How is it so far?
Okay.
Is that?
He's a big carnivore guy.
Yeah,
Big carnivore guy.
big carnivore guy. Yesterday was fine because it's like day 1. Today was fine.
It's like new.
Yeah, it's new. It's fun. And then today, I was like really tired. I did stay up and watch the Texas game. So
That's probably it.
I'm blaming on that.
that did me in. But yeah, it's fine. It's a little. I think it's going to be like not so fun for 10 days, and then it'll probably be fine. Everyone keeps warning me that I'm going to like crap my pants every 5 seconds.
Yeah, I've heard doo-doos are weird.
I've heard that from some people. You just get diarrhea.
Got a lot of
Listen
weird
to
doo-doos.
And Rogan talked about it one time, and everyone's like, "Oh, carnivore." Rogan went carnivore.
Yeah, it must be.
Because not that many people have done this in the scope of people.
Yeah, you were like one of the first. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a trailblazer.
In the scope of people.
Well, I guess that's not true because we were carnivores. So in
There
the
you go.
scope of people, but in the modern era, I'm a trailblazer.
There you go.
Blazer.
Yeah.
Now, is it like fruit or just straight meat?
Hardcore.
I thought some people do it with like fruit and like honey and
It's called keto.
Are you doing eggs?
I'm doing eggs. I'm doing meat, poultry, fish, eggs.
Nice.
And if the going gets tough, I might do hard cheese. Because
Okay.
It's my favorite meat.
what is it? Yes. What is it? How do you know if cheese is hard?
I don't know. I was like,
You just
I mean,
feel like it. Like
brie is definitely a soft cheese, but
I
like,
think
is it
if
every
someone-
other cheese?
if someone throws it at you and it hurts.
it's all cheese. Okay. So Breeze is soft cheese.
I think
Pretty
Grant's,
soft.
I
Yeah.
feel like
Grant's just trying to be liver, and he's going primal.
I'm trying to be Liver King. That's exactly right. It really is king. Yeah, so I'll keep you guys up to date. I'll give you an update next
I'll
week.
be interested.
Carnivore diet's going. But yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like we did pretty good for episode 1.
I was pretty impressed. I'm mainly impressed that I got this microphone to work.
I'm really impressed. Yeah, that was impressive. I was pretty impressed with how on time Jeff was. So that was cool.
Very on time.
That was cool. But hey, we're doing it live. And PJ was here.
I'm here.
He's
DJ.
the best.
Is your mic
So-
work? It's like, can you guys hear PJ
Can you hear
okay?
me?
And he lives in this room, right?
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He lives
Under
in
the desk.
I film, and then when I go to bed, he's just producing video. all
Don't leave this room.
You guys heard of a sweatshop? It's similar.
night. Yeah. Similar,
It's similar to that.
pretty much.
Developed a good case of Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah. I mean, you need a little bit. That's okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
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 Not to say okay yet. Well, why do we say okay? Why do we name the podcast this?
I'll let Jeff
I
explain
have
that.
my description, but
I think we just say okay a lot, like to literally everything. We're
That's
like
basically-
driving
that's
down and like,
basically
okay,
it.
tree. Okay, okay, sign.
so, but I think we're like imitating a gunny somewhere. Like,
Yeah, I feel like that probably somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we do say okay tree, okay sign. Okay, I guess we're gonna park
Okay.
backwards.
Okay,
over
I guess
the
we're just
line.
gonna
Okay. Guess we're gonna not have any chow.
yeah, okay.
I guess we're not gonna eat vegetables.
Okay, I guess we're eating meat. Maybe some hard cheeses, okay?
I was really excited because I just killed that deer and I got the deer back and processed. I'm like, perfect timing, carnivore diet. I'm going to eat all this meat. I was telling my mom, I was like, no, you don't understand. I got this new processor, comes highly reviewed. Like, it's going to be good. My mom's like, I hate venison. I'm like, Dad, you want some venison? She's like, don't take that venison home. She's telling Diana, the venison's terrible. It's awful. I'm like, no. Trey said it's like way better now, higher end processing. It's like top notch. I get it. The packaging's like beautiful. Everything's awesome. I put it in the freezer. I'm like, yes, I thought my first thing yesterday, first meal carnivore. And so I'm also like going strict in the spices, right? Like no sugar. So it's like a lot of salt and pepper and some salt. And I'm
Some pepper in there?
I'm cooking up this venison and I put it in the bowl. I'm like pumped. I am using Tabasco because that's like the
That's Texas
Basically
hot sauce.
salt and pepper,
Texas,
yeah. Is it hot? Is it Texas?
Louisiana.
Louisiana. But that Texas restaurant was like, we got Tabasco.
Texas Pete's from North Carolina. Fun fact.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Designed in Texas.
Yeah, I was like, where was it designed?
By Pete.
Where?
By Pete. But anyway, so I'm cooking up this venison. I get it in my bowl. I'm like, yes, carnivore. Here we go. Yep, still tastes like the forest. That tastes exactly like someone took beef and ran it through a tree grinder and left the sawdust in it. It's going to be a long month. So I just cracked like 4 eggs on top of it and scarfed it down. And don't worry, I only have 52 pounds of burger.
Was it the ground?
It was ground. It's fine. It's fine. But it was like, oh man.
You can't use buttermilk, can you?
I don't know.
This is a hotly debated topic in the carnivore community.
Yeah.
Because if you marinate it in buttermilk, that gaminess goes away.
Can I marinate it in heavy whipping cream?
Yeah. Sure. It's probably the same thing.
So that's allegedly carnivore. Allegedly.
Heavy whipping cream?
Well, I don't understand why all milk wouldn't be, because it's a byproduct of an animal. Why can I eat a chicken's egg but not drink a cow's milk?
That's a great
Is
question.
this a riddle?
Well, I feel like then it gets into that like carnivore versus like animal based like argument. I don't know. But again, like
So I'm gonna try and go strict.
nice.
See what happens. I mean, Next week I may be on here with just a gallon of heavy cream.
He's like, yeah, well, switched over to the heavy whipping cream diet. I just drink this for a month.
Wait,
good.
So before we came on, I just tried to figure out the way the show flowed is you talked about intelligent stuff and you bring me and Jeff on here to like appeal to the masses.
Yeah, wait, what was talked about during
you do like science experiments? Yeah, what were y'all doing up there?
Yeah.
I mean, Grant just talked about the year in review and Carnivore, basically.
Yeah. Year in review of the Strength Co.
I like it.
Analytics, that stuff. And we were supposed to go for 30 minutes. And then 50 minutes later, you guys arrived. So
well, I got my Zulu time was off.
Hey, no plan survives first contact. Am I right?
That's right. Who said that again?
Benjamin Franklin.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
After he invented the light bulb.
Yep.
That's right. My dad used to always say, I used to walk around saying, God helps those who help themselves, only to find out God never said that. Benjamin Franklin did. True story.
That's good. That's good.
And here for olive oil. Everybody else is kicking tires.
That's true. Yeah.
It's my favorite
My
Mr.
dad-
Broggi quote.
My dad had a olivarium as a homeschooler. I'm proud I can say that word. Tasting all the olive oils, and the poor Hebrew man's just like, this guy. And my dad can sense it in his face. He just says, a lot of people come in here just to kick tires. I'm here for the olive oil, and I will buy. I'm a big buyer. He bought 2 bottles. Some of it was on sale. But he did buy. He didn't just kick
He
it.
did. He's not. Yeah. He didn't lie.
He did buy. Well, I think with that story, let's wrap episode 1 of the
Okay.
podcast with Grant Broggi, your host, and host Trey Gottlich and Dr. J, and of course PJ in the back room doing things. Any parting shots, PJ?
Stay primal, eat carnivore.
Stay primal, eat carnivore. We'll hope to get these episodes out on Fridays. Hopefully the first one by Friday, but that may be Sweatshop may have to work around the clock. So we'll let you know when
No plan survives first contact.
Yeah, no plan survives first contact, but hoping on Friday.
Friday-ish.
That's Friday-ish. This one will come out. You can follow at the Strength Co on Instagram or the Strength_Co on X to see them released. We'll also release them on our YouTube at the Strength Co there. Subscribe to the channel if you don't already. We'll put these guys really vibrant and active Instagrams in the show notes. So if you're really looking for some influencer content on Red Rattlers and I don't know, the latest Patagonia gear drop, you can follow those guys over there. But this is episode 1, and we'll see you next week.